Welcome and good morning to Mike Ferry TV. It is the week of December 14th. I was reviewing a couple days ago our action workshop workbook. And the reason I'm reviewing it is because my team said, let's update this for 2016, which I'm excited to do. And in looking at the workbook, I came across one segment that I thought would be appropriate for today and really for you and I for the rest of this year. Because part of what we're doing, you and I together, planning what's going to happen for the 12 months of 2016 and reviewing what's happened and making sure that what we're going to do is concrete, solid, well-planned, thought out so we can execute and do it. So I came across a segment of the workbook that I thought we would share today, which you might enjoy. This is certainly, for most of you, a good reminder of what has to be done to complete this year, as well as a good step forward for 2016. So here's what I wrote down. Number one, we've heard this 1,000 times, start every day at zero. Start every day at zero. Now, what I'm referring to, of course, as you know, is when you get up in the morning as a professional real estate agent, instead of looking down at your desk and saying, wow, I've got 3 great leads, or looking at your file, gosh, I got 4 great listings. Wow, I got 2 pendings that are going to close the next 2 weeks. I'm going to get a lot of money. What I'd like you to do is put the mindset into play that each morning when you get up and start to work, you have no leads, you have no listings, you have no prospects, you have no escrows, you have no pendings, you have no money in the bank, you have no listings. Why? Because, see, somehow each of us has to re-motivate ourselves every day. Biggest problem in real estate, in my opinion, and there's more than one problem we deal with. When you do get paid, it's a big check. Much bigger than most of us ever anticipated at our previous career. You're getting $4,000, $7,000, $10,000, $15,000, $20,000 per check. You get 2 closings in a month at $12,000 each, and you worked at Walmart before you came to work in real estate, and you get $24,000 in 1 month, and you're making $28,000 a year for a year. Sometimes all of that is difficult to deal with. So why do I say you start at zero? Because, see, by starting at zero, it keeps your mindset aggressive, it keeps your mindset hungry, it keeps you looking for something that you can accomplish that day. Now, let's be honest. If you do 10 deals in 2015 and you actually worked 250 days, which most of you did, you're doing 1 deal every 25 days. What are you doing the other 24? Are you infatuated with what you did on that one day to get that listing or sale? Are you so excited that you can't go out and produce any other day? Or is the need for production so low you don't have to produce? You got to work on this every day to keep yourself motivated, keep yourself enthused. The second point I wrote down was raise your level of enthusiasm every day on a scale of 1 to 10 to at least an 8. How many times this year have you heard me say enthusiasm attracts people to you? Being boring pushes them away. Fastest way to get people excited about working with you is the level of enthusiasm that you have. I know you have days when you're not enthusiastic. That's called normal. It's called being a human being. But every day that you're not enthusiastic, you're missing the opportunity to make a sale, take a listing. And in the days you're enthusiastic, you're attracting people to you. It is a non-stop, never-ending job to remain enthusiastic in the work that you do. I wrote down the next point for us to consider. Allow yourself the luxury in 2016 of doing more deals in 1 month than you ever dreamed possible. Okay, let's do a be real. Let's take the last 12 months, 2015. What is the most number of contracts you had signed in 1 month? I did a fun program a couple weeks ago for Joe Viascusa's Century 21 office, and we had 150 people in the room, and I said to all of them, okay, what is your biggest month for contract signs? Listings taken, listings sold, buyer controlled sales. Write that number down. And they all did. Then I asked people in the audience for their biggest number. And in every case, when they answered, they had a big smile on their face. Why? Because they were excited about that month. Well, allow yourself the luxury of doing more deals in 1 month you ever thought was possible. How about the month of January? But then the next point I wrote down, what if you made that month your minimum standard for the year? What if you said to yourself, okay, I had 3 listings and I had 2 sales. I had 5 contracts in 1 month. And what if you said to yourself, I am going to work in 2016 to make that my minimum? How much would your business explode? Or the other side of that, is complacency keeping you from becoming a bigger, better, stronger, more financially strong sales agent? And I'll bet it's complacency in most cases, okay? But then the next point I wrote down, to do the kind of things that I ask you to do, you have to exercise blind faith every single day. Because see, complacency is what causes us not to exercise blind faith. Now, do you honestly think that I'm going to stand before you week after week, and I've done this now for years, and ask you to do things that are designed to hurt you personally, financially, emotionally? Of course not. Everything we teach is designed to help you become a more respected, better productive, more income-oriented real estate person. To do that, you have to exercise blind faith. Why? Because we're going to put you in uncomfortable situations in 2016. You're going to get out of your comfort zone. You're going to be asked to do things that are not part of your norm, not part of your pattern, not part of your habits that you have. How do you grow? Become uncomfortable. Remember, being uncomfortable is the cause of growth as a real estate salesperson. So you have to exercise blind faith to make that happen. Next thing I wrote down, if you don't have 4 or 5 accountability partners and 4 to 5 role play partners, you better find them before the first of the year. Why? Because in 2016, we're going to stress more than ever the importance of accountability with you. Why do we stress accountability? Because it's the accountability, it's the pushing of you that keeps you moving forward, okay? Is it easier to pull string or push string? Answer is pull, okay? So the accountability is pulling us to a higher level. Or as Zig Ziglar used to say, see you at the top, okay? You push people to the top, but you're going to have accountability partners that are going to pull you along to a higher level of productivity. Who do you have? Or are you like so many agents, which is too bad, you don't want accountability because you don't want people to know what you do or don't do. Guys and gals, if you're not doing your job, you need to have people hold you accountable, period. If I stand up before you for 2 or 3, 4 days at one of our events and I am not doing my job, believe me, you will hold me accountable. I'll get 27 texts and 14 emails and people booing. Now, guess what? That doesn't happen because I do my job when I'm before you. Are you doing your job every day to the level you should be? If not, create more accountability partners. And then the last thing I wrote down, which is probably the most important, is every day in the balance of December and every morning for 15 minutes during the year 2016, work on mastering the basics of selling. It doesn't matter what you're selling. If you're involved in selling, and now watch, a mother is selling the kids, the father is selling the mother, the priest is selling the congregation, the doctor is selling you on a way to live your life. Everybody is selling all the time. But in real estate, there's 4 basic fundamentals that we have to execute every day. You know what they are. Prospect every day. Strong, effective lead follow-up every day. Be very, very diligent in your pre-qualifying of your clients so you can do the job properly, and then make a great presentation. By the way, have you signed up for the production retreat in January in Las Vegas? 3 days. All I'm going to talk about is how to be a professional presenter. 3 days, how to be a professional presenter. Plus, in that 3 days, 6 great agents are going to make a live listing presentation off the stage. It probably will be the most valuable 3 days you ever spend in your life in the real estate business. Of course, it won't matter if you're not there. Call my office and get signed up today. It's critical because being a great presenter is a great part of our whole business. And then just an afterthought to all of this. The things we've discussed today cannot be done if your ego is bigger than your productivity, which in real estate is common. You know, Mike, I did 5 deals last year. 5? You worked 250 days, for goodness sakes. You're not a real estate sales professional. You're a part-time agent that happened into 5 deals. Get your ego out of the way. Look at the word ego, E-G-O. Ego, watch. It's all about me, talk about me, look at me. Take the E, cross it off. What's left? The word go. Go do your job every day in December. Take a few days off for the holidays. Do your job January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December. 2016, between you and I, will be your best year ever. Next week, we'll work further on how to make that happen. See you next week.